What's going on, everybody? It's Joey here. Got my buddy Cory Watson. We're up here at Hickory Crossings, oldest running bay pen in America. We're going to have a little conversation today with a few different people. You know, I told y'all we was going to do some interviews and stuff like that, so here we are. This is what we're going to call beer time. We're going to sit here, we'll drink this cold beer, and we're going to talk about hogs, hog dogs, hunting, stuff like that. Basically, I'm going to kind of just ask Cory a couple questions and let him take off and run with it and tell you whatever he wants to tell you within reason. Something that ain't going to get nobody in trouble, locked up, or knocked up. You know what I'm saying? All right, Cory, I know me and you met, shit, it's been quite a few years ago now.
Probably 5-6 years ago, I guess.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good while. And, you know, when we first started coming to these bay pens and stuff, it was totally different than hunting in the woods. You know, I mean, take somebody like me, I come here and I'm looking at him, I'm like, man, this ain't what we normally do. You know,
Yeah,
this is something totally different. But, man, some of these people have dogs that are just phenomenal. They have a handle on them. These dogs are bred for this. And I know a lot of them, they use their dogs in the woods as well as bay pen. And, I mean, coming from your point of view, you know, how do you feel about taking your woods dogs, because you hunt? I mean, you get out and you hunt and you run your dogs. How do you feel about taking your woods dogs and coming out here and putting them in a bay pen where it's a more controlled environment? I mean, how do you feel about that?
I'm good with it. I don't really expect to come out and dominate, and I just want to run dogs, have fun.
That's honestly what 95% at least of us want to do. Come out, have a good time, fellowship.
The trophy's nice.
Oh, yeah.
Taking home trophy's nice.
Well, I mean, you come home and win a couple of trophies. We went to Kentucky last weekend. We won a bunch of ribbons, a bunch of trophies and stuff. And, I mean, our dogs didn't really, they ain't no better than nobody else's dog. We just had a good day.
Dog gonna do what dog wants to do anyway.
Damn right. Don't brag
every
on
time.
What happens if you brag on a dog?
That's it, every time.
That's something that's make you a lie. What got you into the dogs?
John Reed mainly.
John Reed. Well, I've been knowing old JR for a long time myself. Give us a rundown on what kind of breeds you own now, what kind of breeds you started out with, and give us a rundown on the kind of hunting you do and you know, how y'all do a hunt.
I started out, got a first jag from Chad Reynolds, 7 years ago, I guess.
Yeah.
First only dog we had for, 6 months. Then I got Digger, another jag. Mm-hmm. And we just started digging. We'd dig anything, armadillo, possum, coon, fox, it didn't matter.
I sent JR a couple of old dogs over there.
Vega, Drago.
Yeah. Boy, Drago, man. Boy, if we could have that just on paper, that dog was bred for
he was a good one.
Excellence. You know, that don't mean he was an excellent dog.
He was good in the woods, digging in the holes.
How long you been running dogs now?
I guess we're going on 7 years.
7 years?
I'd never ran dogs before now, or before 7 years ago.
Really?
I deer hunted and stuff like that, but I never ran dogs. Didn't care nothing about it.
Gun hunt, bow hunt?
Yeah, gun hunt.
Gun hunt, I got you.
I've always been an avid fisherman. I love fishing.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But
I got a damn bulldog that catch
these dogs are addictive. I guess you'd call it a drug. It's addictive.
Well, if it's not addictive, if it don't push you to pursue excellence, it ain't worth doing.
And there's days you're going to sit at home and say, dang, I might get out of this. It's hard work.
I think that's about 4 days a week for me.
Yeah, then you hit the woods and all that's gone.
Then it's gone.
Or
man.
come out here and you go home with 2 more dogs.
Two's not bad. Two's not bad. And I've come home with more. I don't think that I've ever, maybe the first time or two that I came here, I might have come back home with the same dogs that I left with. But after that, once you got to know the bay pen family, and I mean, it really is a family. Some people are a little standoffish at first because they don't know you, you know, and they're trying to get used to you and figure you out and all that stuff. And then, but once they do, man, it's just like, I know there's always somebody that, you know, we're doing a raffle for. We're doing a raffle right now for a young girl, for her family. And I mean, whether it's that or somebody's sick, being ill or whatever, everybody comes together and tries to help them.
Yeah.
I mean,
Good old country folks.
Oh man, they're the best. On what kind of land do y'all normally hunt?
We do a lot of national forest land. Talladega National Forest is probably 15, 20 minutes from my house. 440,000 acres.
That's a lot of dirt.
Very, very little of WMA, so we got access all year round.
Yeah. So that's one thing here in Alabama that kind of holds us back is, you got the WMAs and we can't run them. We can run public land as long as it's the National Forest Park, but you can't run the WMAs. Yeah. And I mean, right now there's some bills that they're trying to get passed to change all that. I remember when I first started hunting, you could do whatever you wanted. If you caught a hog, it was reduced to domestic livestock. It was your pig, no problem. Now,
it'd be nice if it was still that way, wouldn't it?
It would be. And I mean, a lot of hunters, they could have better dogs. You'd have a way to train your dogs.
Yeah, definitely.
Right now, you put them in the woods. You take to a spot where there's been some sign or some, maybe you fed a spot out or something like that, and you turn them loose. Generally, you're not going to catch a hog right off the bat. What are you going to catch when you just start hunting? You start free casting dogs. What's the most thing that you're going to catch right off the bat?
My dogs, possum, armadillos.
I agree.
A coon here and there.
We have killed a lot of armadillos, a lot.
And it used to be fun. It really did. It used to be real fun. But
until it gets to where you're tracking over that
hill.
You
digging a dog, you digging a dog for 2 hours, and you get down there, and it's a dillo. Mm-hmm. It gets old fast.
Yeah, it does. What all kind of breeds of dogs you got now?
I got mainly Jags and Patterdales, but I got Catahoulas. I got Blue Lacy dogs, a couple Dogos. I guess that's about it.
What do you like more? I mean, talking about the terriers and stuff. What do you like more about the terriers than you do, say, black-mouthed curs or
Heart,
something like that?
Heart.
Just go. Drive. I'm a terrier guy myself. I mean, I got a ton of them. You know that. It's a fine line on how you hunt them, too, though.
That's it.
You can take a good pack of dogs and one terrier, and you can ruin it.
You can run a whole hunt in a quick hurry with a terrier too, buddy.
Bay busters in a minute. When you're doing say you're taking out, you're going to go out and you take the kids hunting. How does hunting with dogs, whether you're running armadillos, coons, possums, hogs, whatever, how does hunting with dogs compare to sitting in a tree stand or a shooting house or something like that with kids? How does that compare?
To me, there ain't no comparison. Like when Nate was a little kid, and we had a good time every time we went in the woods, shooting shit and just having a good time.
You ain't got to be quiet, sneak around.
That's it.
You ain't got to constantly tell them, quit moving, be still.
That's it.
Which there's nothing wrong with it. I still go sit in the shooting house.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Still love all aspects of the hunt, but it just, with dogs, it seems like it's a little better.
If it wasn't for the kids, though, I ain't sure how much longer I'd be in the sport, to be honest.
And that's
that's
what it
the
takes.
Help, the fellowship.
There's a lot of guys out here, and it's a sad thing to say, but hog hunters that run dogs, they're like a territorial
Definitely
bulldog. It's like, don't step on my toes. I'm, blah 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 and all this stuff. You say, well, man, we'll get together and go hunting. Well, you take that guy hunting and he comes back, tries to hunt your spot, something like that. It can be a bad thing. That's all, to me, it's all more in the virtues that you're taught as you're growing up. It's like, how was I taught to be a dog man? And dog man is a term that's used loosely. You get so many people to say, oh yeah, I'm a dog man. I don't think you're a dog man unless you get some real dog men that say you're a dog man.
That's it.
And so on the way y'all hunt now, say if we went and dropped dogs tonight, how's it compared to when you first started hunting with dogs?
There's night and day difference. I firmly believe now if there's a pig on the property, we put brakes on them. Whereas if 7 years ago there's a pig on the property, I ain't sure we wouldn't run right by it and go catch a dillo.
There you go. Well, I mean, it's that's the way it is. That's the
And,
truth.
I mean, we probably still wouldn't know what to do. You know, people like you, Joe, Nate, you know, a lot of hunters. I've called many of them for advice.
And that's the thing. That's why that's why we started doing this podcast is to try to. It's more just for information purposes. You know, it's not saying that what we do that's the law. You know, that doesn't mean that shit. You know, it's like this is the way we do it. It might not work in South Georgia or Florida or Texas or New Mexico or wherever. It's a totally different game. You have to, everywhere's different. All the terrain's different. The dogs are different. They're going to run different. But if the people will try to stay the same and help each other out, fellowship, interact, it'll be a hell of a lot better. I mean, you got coon hunters. I know guys that will call and say, hey, can you hunt my dog this week? I don't know hardly any hog hunter that's going to call and say, hey, will you come pick up my best dog and go hunt it for a week or two?
Or when somebody calls you with a $500-$600 dog and say, hey man, you know anybody interested?
Mm-hmm.
And who's it going to? Somebody hunt?
Exactly. And that's what
we'll talk about it later.
There you go. And I mean, there's so many people, they think that they're going to make $1 off a dog. I don't know.
You in it for the money, you in it for the wrong reason.
I've heard people say they made money selling dogs. It must have been a damn puppy mill or something.
Amen.
It damn sure ain't. I ain't never made no money selling a dog. I mean, you put all the time and effort, the money, the food, shots, medication, and then just the time and hunting. I mean, if your time's not worth nothing, then I don't know, you're different than I am.
That's it.
So, I mean, it's one of the deals. When you going out hunting like that, when you take some young guys, teenage boys or something like that, and I know you've got some nephews and some.
Oh, we got a pile of boys, just like you guys do.
I mean, how's it affect those kids? I mean, do you think that it honestly keeps them more on the straight and narrow?
I pray to God it does. Like I said earlier, it's addictive to me.
Shit,
and I hope it is the same way with them. And they keep doing it long after I'm gone. Hope their kids keep tradition right on going.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's that's one of the utmost things that I try to do is everything that me and Joe and Nathan have built. And I know it sounds crazy because Nathan's my son and he's young, but he's helped me build everything that I've got.
Oh, yeah, hard worker.
I want to pass it down to him, then all the other kids and stuff, and just let them keep running with it. It's not so much as building something for monetary gain or profit. It's about a legacy.
And it does your heart good. Your 16-year-old nephew on a Friday night call you, say, hey, Unc, we going to go hunting tonight?
Yeah, instead of saying, hey, Unc, I'm drunk over here.
Yeah.
Or
exactly.
I done got in trouble or something like that. It does your heart good. We got a pretty good event going this weekend. It's the Plot Bay. I mean, these guys, Marc Bannister and them, they host it.
Yeah, if you hadn't been on Hickory Crossing, check it out.
You done lost out, buddy. I'm telling you, you see all these awards and trophies. There's walls and walls of awards, pictures, plaques, trophies. We'll get some more footage of that stuff so we can show everybody. It's really a down-home place. I mean, it really is. Now that you've been doing this for 7 years or so, where do you look to be? I mean, what are you looking at to try to improve, or where are you trying to go with this?
That's a hard question, Joe.
Yeah, I know that's
having fun with it, learn as I go, man. Change it up as I go.
Yeah.
Make what we need for what we do.
That's the thing about hog hunters. It ain't about papers. It ain't about no purebred dogs. Which, I mean, there's a lot of purebred dogs I've had that were phenomenal. But I've some of the best and bred it to some of the best, no matter the breed, and come out with some of the best.
The best dog on my yard right now is a free dog.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way it works. It has for us. I've got, man, I can, especially like catch dogs and stuff like that. I've had so many people, you know, they call me like, man, I can't do nothing with this dog or this or that, and just spend a little bit of time with it. I think dog error is handler error.
A lot of times, oh yeah.
It's more the handler and the person that's got the dog than it is the dog itself.
And a man's got a big ego for a dog to carry too.
You ain't
I
joking.
do.
Yeah, I mean, you know how I am. It's like, you know, we come up here with these little terriers and put them in here against, I mean, the best of the best in the bay pen world, and there's been times we've come out on top.
We've come real close a lot of times.
A lot of times. You know, it's like you said, it's just how far are you willing to go with it, you know? What do you like about I know how you feel about the hunting stuff. What do you like about this bay pen deal?
I love it. I mean, like I say, I don't expect to come here and win every time and dominate, but the fellowship with everybody, good down home people just like me, or I hope that I am anyway.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
But,
Man, you wouldn't even
I just
stand
come up here to hang out here like we're doing right now mainly.
That's what I like about it. I mean, the dogs have a big role in it, but honestly, I think it's more other people's dogs than it is our dogs. We've got dogs down there sitting on the tie
We've been here, or we got in 11 o'clock last night. What time did it start raining here? 6 o'clock this morning?
I don't know. It started raining. We left the house from Alabama. It's about a 6-hour drive.
It's miserable weather today anyway.
5-hour drive.
And I mean, if you're hanging in here for a reason, or we're hanging in here for a reason, because you love it.
Yeah, it rained on us the whole time. I mean, we drove 5 hours in the rain.
Excuse me, sir.
Now, what you need, bud?
Is there somewhere I can wash my hands if you don't care? Bathroom in
I don't think so.
Over there,
Yeah, there's another building on that side over there. I think there's a
restroom.
like a bathtub stuff in there.
Okay, thank you.
But like you said, you know, you got here last night. We got up at 3:30, 4 o'clock this morning.
I don't know if you call it dedication or just love of the game, love of the sport.
I'm like you. I don't necessarily think dedication. It's just the love of it. Because if it was dedication, you would be here every single time without fail, no matter what. And there's been times where you couldn't make it or I couldn't make it, but we always try to make it.
And my daughter, you know, she's not real big on hunting, but she packed her clothes Sunday night to come here
My
Friday.
son Logan's the same way. He doesn't hunt with us as much, but he has really liked to do this. You know, he loves doing this stuff. He likes showing dogs and competing. There's I don't know, they don't tell how many kids are out here. A bunch.
Yeah.
A bunch of kids. And I mean, they'll have a youth bay just for the kids. You know, a lot of times the puppy bay, it'll be mostly kids doing that as well. And it's not, you know, my kid baying my dog. Yeah, I mean, you might have this guy you just met. He'll say, hey, let your son take my pup in there and bay it, you know. Everybody is real cordial with each other.
Y'all done that with my nephew.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's like, so what? I mean, we're in a bay off. You know, we're fixing to get in a place, win a trophy, maybe a few dollars. Hey, let that kid have some fun. He ain't worried about
I remember
that.
when O'Meal went to shoot with that hog, old Sean, he come out crying.
Yeah, he was worried to death about that, man. That's the way it goes, though. It just, shit happens. It just happens, so. And, I mean, they regulate this stuff, and you've got, like, USDA and ASPCA and all that stuff constantly down there.
Marc and them work hard,
Shit,
man.
these
Nobody
guys work.
realized how hard they work.
They work their ass off all the time.
From dubbing teeth to
Well, yeah, I mean, you got a full
testing hogs to feeding hogs, keeping the pen up.
week. You got a
These
full
folks
week
work hard.
before we actually get here so we can have fun.
Yeah.
Because we're not in there working. We're actually in kickback, drinking a beer, having fun.
Same way with them kids out there running around chasing them pigs all day. They
Yeah.
work hard.
Ain't no doubt about it. All right, look, I mean, you know, we went over the bay pen stuff, the kind of dogs you have, you know, the history of your hunting, stuff like that. You've got the terriers, yak terriers, you've got Patterdales, Lacey's, Dogos, and maybe Catoolas. What do you look for if you're going to go get a dog? What are you looking for when you see that Catahoula? And the same thing with the Dogo, the Jag, the Patterdale. What are you looking for? What kind of demeanor? You know, how's this dog acting? What's that dog look like? The size of it. Tell us what you look for.
I'm big on the nose and heart. I don't want a dog walking beside me in the woods quitting on me. I want to see a dog go. I mean, even if his nose ain't as strong, as long as he's trying. If he ain't right there beside me, I'm good with it. But I'm a terrier man at heart. I love the small terrier. There's something about a Jag and a Patterdale. That's the reason I do it.
But I guess get up and go in.
Now, the Catahoula, the main reason I got the Catahoulas is because I come out here, watch these. I didn't know much about them.
Yep.
And it took me quite a few to find me a decent one. And I hope my doggo's caught a couple pigs, but I mean, I ain't going to say she's proven.
Well, I mean, she's had the opportunity to catch a couple. But has she had the opportunity
she never quit
to catch
on
a
me.
bunch?
No, I don't know.
If she hasn't had the opportunity yet, then, if she's done it every opportunity she has, that's chalk that up to me, put that on the board. That means that dog is on its way, I mean, what kind of demeanor you look for in your dog? Like what do you do? Like if you're going to go up there and see a dog, is there any, do you move quick around the dog? You reach up there and grab it, or just see how it's going to react?
It takes a while to build trust, yeah. But you're talking about watching the dog's demeanor? Tuck tail.
There you go.
Hair standing up on his back, cowered down a little.
Yep, any of that stuff. That's a big flag a lot of times. I like to reach up there and grab him on the side, if they're on the flank, see if that dog's going to react. That's just me, but and I've actually been around dogs that were kind of, I was kind of leery of them. I was like, because they were handled by a certain person. And then when I got the dog, it took it a little while to warm up, but after it did, I mean, it was my dog. So I mean, there's a lot of warning signs. There's a lot of flags that people should look out for. Is there anything that you would like to see done different, like specifically for the bay pen stuff that we do now? Because, like I said, we're at a bay pen event. This is going to be the biggest part of the topic. Do you think, like add any other kind of events to it, or do something different, or something that would make it go different?
Time pressing is the main thing. It's hard to say on that.
Yep.
We big dogs, sometimes till almost daylight in the mornings.
Take a 2-hour break, 3-hour break, and go right back at it. I've been here where there was no break. It's just nonstop from 9 o'clock one morning, all day, all night, and all day. And I mean, these dogs are champs. That's what they do. I mean, myself, I would like to see, like they've added the terrier class, which is great for us because we have the terriers.
Since I've been in the sport terrier classes, it's 100-fold. It's grown big time, man.
'Cause I remember for a long time it was just me, you, and maybe somebody else. That was it. And now I know some guys that are diehard Catahoula guys, bay pen, and that's all they do. And they went and got a terrier to put in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like us. I mean, we're looking at buying a Catahoula now to put in there so we can compete in the same deal that they're doing. Yeah, I can take my terrier and put it in there in the open class. I'm sure it could compete to a certain level, but it's still a terrier. We have a terrier class. Why wouldn't I get something that would compete in that class?
Exactly.
That's I mean, I don't think there's a whole lot that can really change that will make it any worse or any better. I think we're at a good solid deal right now with the bay pen deal, just the way I look at it. But I mean, there's so many people out here that look to ruin the sport.
Yeah.
It's not a
Some people do take it way too serious.
It's not this big blood sport that you hear people, and I'm not going to say us, any of us, we don't talk about it like that. I mean, these hogs are took care of better than most people take care of their dogs or their family. And I mean, they're regularly inspected. They're in good health. I mean, they're the stars of the show.
That's right.
The hogs and stuff are, and then all the pen help. I mean, those guys, they stay out there all day long. I've been in that pen, and let me tell you something. You will work your ass off.
Oh, I believe that.
Most of
I'm
them just
too
get a
old
good
for
cold
that,
beer.
man. Yeah.
You know, get you a sandwich, a good cold beer, or something like that, and you're good to
Especially
go.
on days like today. That rain we were
all
talking
day
about
long.
earlier.
And you know, when we first got here, I said, I just don't know if there's going to be many people here. Shit. There was a good crowd. It's been a good crowd all day.
Yeah.
And there's steadily more people coming. Steadily more people coming. Well, Cory, is there anything out there that you could tell some people that are new to hog dogging, dogs in general, or the bait pen world?
Don't try to do it all yourself. That's the main thing.
I agree.
You gotta have help.
I agree. There's been, I don't know how many times where I've had my youngins go get your dogs, your youngins went and got my dogs. It's like, hey, go grab this, go do this, because it can get hectic real quick. Because not a lot of people come with just one dog. They bring, they bring in the thunder.
Yeah.
They want to win, it's fun. So, well, guys, it's been a good little segment right here with Cory. I appreciate your time, Cory.
Sir, enjoyed it.
Always, man, I guess we'll be together hunting and bait penning and stuff until we just can't do it no more.
That's the plan, ain't it?
All right, brother. All right, well, it's us right here at Dixie Doggers TV. We'll be back with some more interviews later on. We'll holler at y'all.